thing that strikes me as interesting as we're revisiting this and reviving it is that you're not a part of it as much as when we were creating it from the beginning.
I know.
It's so clear to me how, as a composer, it's very isolated, like your work is in solitude. And for me, as a choreographer, it starts out in solitude as I create the work, but then I step into the studio with a room full of dancers, and part of what makes the artwork come to life is working with talented artists, and you see them contributing to the work, and your eye as a choreographer sees something starting to happen that you hadn't even originally planned. And that's the excitement for me of getting in the studio and just all of a sudden seeing this thing right before your eyes just grow.
The show is like a living thing. And I only realize that when I come here and I see that you have all these bodies and the 25 people all dancing and you're working with the choreography, and I realize, my gosh, it's a living thing, even though for me it only seemed like it was living when I was composing it or when it was staged.
I think the show projects hope. There's destruction, but there's rebirth, and people walk away with the feeling of a new promise.
Yeah. It plays like a silent musical dance epic, you know, and it's sort of really broaching new ground, I think, theatrically, and that's why we're excited to get this show out and hopefully get audiences to see it, because they responded so positively to it.
Looking into the future, if it does go into a tour, you realize that the heart of the show really crosses all boundaries.
All age demographics, too. That was what was so rewarding when we saw it a year and a half ago, is to see roughly children to grandparents, everybody in between being so moved. And it doesn't play down to children, it plays across the board, I think, equally to everybody, regardless of their age. And that was very rewarding for me. It's not like we wrote a children's show, or it's not an adult show that children could appreciate. It really, I think it targets everybody.
Yeah. It touches the heart of humanity.
Yeah, it really does.
Even though this is an ancient story, it pertains to today's world. And I think that's why people still connect to it.
Yeah, I know.